Hello, everyone. This is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 72 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of ATM10 to the Skies, where I'm doing a little bit of rewiring today because last episode my wiring was, let's just say, subpar. So between episodes, I did a few little minor tasks. Probably didn't want to break that one, but no big deal. I moved an energy acceptor over here to receive power because I used to be plugging power into the bottom of this dude, and then I can run a cable straight down, which happens to hit directly the assembler matrix we have down there. But that's not a big deal because we can run those channels right through the assembler matrix and hook them up down here. So if I did something like this, this might be a little bit of a nicer setup. See, and now everybody goes online, and we should be cool. And over here, we can see we're using 8 channels. Nice. So I can just tap right into that dude, and basically he acts like a big cable. Now we have far less dire wire, and it looks a little bit nicer. I also made the empowers. I hope they're 3 blocks away from each other. I feel like that's about right, but we'll find out in a minute if I'm right or wrong, because it's time for an energy acceptor, not an energy, just dire things energy thingy. I always forget what I named that thing. Energy transmitter. That's the word I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So let's get a flux point. You know, I could run the cables though, to be fair, because I do have cables right here, but then like it's gonna get in the way of the energy acceptor. That's how we're playing this. We're gonna do you, and then we're gonna do you, transmitter it up, and boom, and then you can go down. One more. And everybody gets their power. Nice. All right, let's see if this is the correct setup before we try to do too much with this automation, because I want to make sure everything's positioned correctly prior to making sure that this is how we make empowered stuff, right? So you're going to go there, because I assume that we're going to need to make more than empowered. There we go. Good. It works. Hooray. We got the empowered canola we need. Sweet. All right, cool. Can I make another draconic reactor core, by the way? Do we have enough stuff for that? I do. Hooray. So then this will be pretty easy, right? All we realistically need to do... I'm suspecting you're right under the middle here. No? Oh, wow. Lucky me. Somewhere in here. I wasn't even close to that one. Usually I can eyeball it, but it's off-centered, so it's messing me up. There we go. Cool. All right, perfect. So then the last one would be you. Okay, so we can probably laser IO this is the safest course of action, and we'll treat this very much like we did the draconic reactor, where the center dude is going to get an insert with a high priority and a filter, and everything else is unfiltered. Cool. So on the up, you're going to get a filter with a high priority, and you're going to get like empowered canola seeds, right? Or crystallized, I think is the one. Yeah, that's the one that goes in there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody's linked up. And then you get up. And you get up. And we don't have to filter those because of priority. Right? Cool. And then finally, what we should be able to have here then is probably, let's put a pattern provider. And a chest, or let's barrel. Barrel sound cool? I like the idea of a barrel. Barrel always kind of sounds cool. And I kind of want access to this thing, so I'm just going to do it like that. Is that fair? I think so. And you can be just a regular old cable. Okay. And then this is where we're going to put that thing in. And then we're going to have you and you. And then you are going to extract on white. And then you are going to insert on orange. And you are going to extract on orange. Cool. And that should be all she wrote. And now we should have pretty easy automation. So let's just test it real quick. And now we should be able to make one of these. And if we watch, that guy's going to drop, get lasered. Eventually. Get the thing, and then the thing, and then the go, and then hooray. Perfect. I love it when things go smoothly. What else did I do between episodes? I got more bees. I smushed up some draconic bees so I could make... I moved my chaos bee over here, and then I put draconium and awakened bees in here. So now we're getting awakened draconium and draconium from bees. Quite a lot, as it were. What else did I do between episodes? So that, and I did the thing, and I... Just a little tiny stuffs. Nothing too crazy. So reactor core is complete. I think that means we just need an eclipse ember block, which should be pretty cool to make. Do we know how to make eclipse ember? We know how to make eclipse alloy. We don't know how to make eclipse ember. Right. So your deal is that we're gonna get how do I want to set you up? So basically, we're going to want to create the chain of just dire things coal. So this is pretty easy. What we do is we say we're going to start with a coal block. Or apparently not. Is that like the only coal block of coal from Minecraft? You what now? Why are you being weird about that? I just want you to be like actual coal. Actually, I'm just going to do it like that because you have them already. Cool. And then just dire things, we will say, you make 3 of these. Cool. And then you combine... Wait, is that the wrong thing? That's supposed to be primal coal. Yeah, 3 of these. Goodness, you don't want to behave today, do you, buddy? Cool. All right, so that's going to be the pattern, right? And then we do that. I need to get this guy out of here. And then we're going to take that, and we're going to say one of those, primal coal block, makes 3 of these. And then you make a block. Okay? And then a primal coal block, well, like the tier 2 coal, makes 3 of these. And then you make a block. Okay? And then one of these dudes makes 3 of these. And then you make a block. Cool? And you're going to do that. And then you're going to have to know that you're allowed to break. So we're in item mode. So you're going to break items that can drop primal coal, blaze ember, void flame coal, and eclipse ember. So now if I want an eclipse ember block, pretty cool. And I might set you to beat 10 ticks at a time because that would be nice. And just because I want to see this thing work. Cool. I'm surprised at how much I need, actually. I guess in fairness, you know, to tier all the way up to top tier coal, you do need quite a hefty amount. Wow. Glad I tick accelerated that. Let's speed it up a little bit more. I can't help it if I like tick accelerating things. It's just, look at how much fun is that to watch. Did you really want to wait for it? Did you? Be honest. No, you didn't. You didn't want to wait. So there's an eclipse block. Sweet. We're like super close to exactly what I want to make. All right, so putting away inventory mess. And so if we want to make this Philosopher's Fuel, we're like 2 blocks away, right? Excited. So unobtainium furnace is going to be, you know, a whole thing. Here we go. I guess I should upgrade my existing furnace to unobtainium, shouldn't I? I guess. Is that where I'm at right now? Where am I at with my furnace? Am I at netherite tier? Yeah. I could upgrade that, you know. I'm just saying. So then you, and then you, and then you. Sweet. Quests complete. Now for an ender generator, which seems trivially easy. And if I'm not mistaken, that is our very first ATM star piece. In episode 72. What do we think? Not too shabby? All right, 1 down, many to go. All right, we definitely need a pedestal for this, like some kind of trophy stand, pedestal. That's like, hey, look at how cool Dyer is. He made his thing. We'll get like 15 of these guys. I don't know exactly how many we're gonna need, but we'll find out. $15 sounds like a good number. We'll start with that. We'll start with that. 10. Sure, why not? All right, so ATM star piece number 1 is complete. Let's just move to the right. Wither's compass. I have no idea what's involved in making any of these things. I haven't looked at all. I'm going to be surprised when I open up the recipe, because I don't know. So this one looks like we're going to need some witherless rose from Reliquary. We're going to need a wither prediction, which we should have no problem getting. 8x nether star generators, which I kind of have. A wither builder and a player interface from actually additions. All right, well, let's see. Player interface. All we need is empowered diamantine and ender casings. So let's teach them real quick, because I just 5 seconds ago automated this because I said to myself, you know what? I bet we're going to need to know how to make this. And I was not mistaken. I really should have made like dye seeds or something at some point, but how did I take damage there? I don't even know. And then player interface also needed this ender casing thing. Did I do that? And then you need block of black quartz, which seems easy enough. Cool. So does that mean I can make a player interface now? Possibly. I like watching it do all the crafting down there. It's kind of nice being able to like see that. And zoinks. I like the little particles when it gets pulled up like that. I know, big nerd. I forgot. You need to be on the up. You need not quite what I was looking for. What's it called? Yeah, you. You need to be on the allow list here. Oh, you know what else I needed to do? I needed to make you lock until primary result is returned. So let's cancel this real quick, because none of this is gonna work. Everybody cleaned up? Thought I canceled you. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, let's try that again. That's better. That's what you want. See, one craft at a time. So that should be done. A weather builder should not be too much of a problem, but we do need to get ether gas, which I don't think we've done yet, right? We have not. So that's just going to be a foregoing fluid pump dude. What's it called? Drill. Yeah, we're going to need like some of them. Fluid laser base. Yeah, that's what I want. But one of them, right? Yeah. And then what's Witherless Rose all about? Nether Stars and Fertile Essence, which is going to need some stuff that we apparently have some of. So we're going to want 4 of those, right? Let's teach you the crafting tree. I might need to get more rose bushes, we'll see. We have some rose bushes, so that's cool. We should be able to come over here and plant one. And then if I bone meal this, if I need to automate this, I will. I don't see a need just at this moment. If I do this for 5 seconds. And we've got stacks. Cool. Easy to automate if we so choose. Yes, we apparently have all the things we need for 4 of them. Perfect. Love it. Great. All right, so then you're done and you're done. Wither Builder is going to need that thing, so let's get our lasery dudes. So we're going to need you and you. And basically we want to copy this structure, right? Whatever happened to my, I don't know what happened to my dude. He disappeared somehow. You're this. I'm gonna keep you. You're gonna be my alternate copier. So could I just copy this, like, whole structure, including all the lasery dudes? Because that would be cool. Right? I think that could be cool. And we have all the stuff, right? We have a stasis chamber. Right? Let's get that part too. Let's see if we can copy the whole thing. Because it should, in theory, work. And then I'm just going to anchor you real quick. How about that? Does that look cool? Guess we'll see what happens. Needs more bricks? Of all the things I didn't have! What? How? How did I not have bricks? Of all the things. Everything I was prepared for making, because I was like, yes, let's make sure that we have enough fluid. Let's make sure that we have a stasis chamber. Let's make sure of everything. And then, we're out of bricks. That's comedy, folks. That's comedy you wouldn't get anywhere else. I thought we said we had an energy dude. Maybe he can't be placed? Yeah, maybe not. What I can do is copy and paste his settings. So that's cool, right? And then we just need to put a wither in there, and then we're good. I hope a wither will fit in there. Guess we'll find out real quick, won't we? It feels a little tight to me. It feels like it needs to be a Y level up, but I can cut and paste my way into say, and we'll see what happens. Right? This feels a little bit on the low end. I feel like I'm gonna regret this. I feel like I'm gonna say this is not tall enough. But since I always get this wrong, so we'll see what happens. If I even have enough room to build a wither in here. Oh, this is a terrible idea. My actual hope is that the stasis chamber locks in. Which I should probably check that you are getting power and can. Right, and then we should get some add-ons ready here for sure. Because, like, you want to be added on so that you're, like, very quickly doing your thing. Are you set to on? You are. Good. So, yes. Perfect. Yeah, because my hope is that we freeze him before he, like, gets big enough to break out of his cage here. And if it's not, it's fine. We'll just kill him and rebuild. Okay. Now you are going to need for what do I call what do I need here? Ether gas. You need a purple laser lens. Ether gas equals purple laser lens. I don't think depth usually matters. Oh, we're getting ether gas. Hooray, it's working. So then you're going to push up. And then you're going to do that, because apparently efficiencies is the way to go. And that's cool. And then here, you should be able to lock and link, which is cool. And then you speed that up, and that up, that up, and that up, and that up. And then I'm short one of each. I like to have the same amount of these because you almost always want to put, you know, all of them in the thing. So that's ether gas done. Yep. Goodbye, Wither. Cool. So then it's very simple. Teach you how to make one of these using ether gas and all the other stuff we already know how to make. So then I should be able to make a wither builder. Cool. I like it. Alright, so I put you away. And then a wither prediction is all I need next, right? And is that like it? That's it. That's literally it. I just need to get a wither prediction. So that's easy enough, right? Hostile neural networks. Let's make one of you. This should actually be somewhat hilarious. Okay. And then we take you. And we're going to go into here. Okay. And then you're going to pause for a sec. Right? Where's the attacker dude? There's the attacker dude. Okay. Two-shot. That is pure comedy. How many of them do I have to kill? Not too many. That is just hilarious. One shot. Dire, you never get overpowered enough for us. Okay, well now I can one-shot the Wither. Are we happy? Are we happy? Dire is OP enough now? Is sufficient overpoweredness? How are we doing on stars, by the way? Like 3,000-ish? So, by the way, if I wanted this to go faster, I could very simply paradox machine this. So, if it turns out we need, like, 1,000,000 nether stars for some reason, that's what I'll do. Okay, so... and then we just go up here. And let me borrow you for a minute, put you in there. And that's enough, right? And then you can come with me. And yes, you can make nether stars, that's fine. Wither compass? Wither compass. Number 2 complete! Number 2 complete. Not too shabby? Not too shabby. Does Wither Compass give me withering? That's funny. Did not realize Wither Compass would do that. That's very funny. I guess that's a thing. So let's wrap up here after we look at what's next, which I guess I'm gonna go with Dragon Soul, right? Now I acknowledge those singularities. Well, I don't think they're that bad, right? Most of them. Am I right to assume that they're not that bad? So we need like 25,000 gold. That's like nothing. Like we can manage that, right? Ultimate singularities, I'm guessing most of these are about the same. So, like, I think we'll be fine. I don't think we have to worry too much about them. We'll deal with the singularities later. Let's look at the Dragon Soul. So for that, we're going to need Dragon Scales. Like, half of what we need for a Dragon Soul, we already have, right? We need a inactive Dragon Egg, which we've made already. We need a Focus Summoning from Ars Nouveau. We need Ender Star from Actual Editions, Empty Soul Gem from Occultism, and Chaotic Energy Controller. That doesn't seem so bad, right? We're a little bit short on large chaos fragments, but we know where to get some. Correct? Should be cool. Alright. For now, I'm going to say, wrapping up point. Do I need Draconic Bees anymore? I mean, yes, because they give me this stuff, which is actually useful for, like, making bees better and whatnot. Alright, so we're going to wrap up the episode here. Come back next time, work on the next piece of the ATM star, and then we'll see what comes of it. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.